And now for a quick disclaimer. The T-Bone
and Chick Brew
in the morning show is for infotainment purposes only.
The opinions expressed here do not represent
Naval Station Rhoda, the Armed Forces Network,
or the Department of Defense.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
I hate bass.
That's your song.
That's what someone I know would say. Look, we got important information to get to today.
I like
Don't
those.
ever play that again.
I'm playing it again.
That song.
Back to back, double up Friday.
The only thing about that song is it's going to be good in some mixed remake later. Two minutes from now, they're going to remake it. It's going to be the back to boom, boom. All right, listen, folks.
You love bass.
Yeah, I don't mind bass, but someone I know hates bass. So we got a lot of important things going on this morning. We're going to grab your attention right away. Listen, if you come to the Pier 1 location, whether it be the Fleet Rec Center or whether it be the piers themselves, there is a detour in place that you need to be aware of because there's no one out there directing traffic. There's a couple of signs that says detour ahead, and you go around those signs, and then there's a detour. It doesn't even say go this way. It's you're on your own. Figure it out. We're here to help. We're here to help. Listen, normally you would come to the first traffic light, you would make a right, and you would drive down to the pier. That is not possible today. I'm pretty sure there was a dirt road. Was the bus still stuck in the dirt?
The bus is there in the dirt.
I have not spent enough time here lately.
The bus tried to go around the detour, and it is up to its hubs. It is stuck. So unless you're going to see that, do not make the right turn at the first traffic light coming from Rhoda. You have to go down to the second traffic light, and you're going to take a turn there. You're going to go through the Spanish base, and as you come to the water, guess what's on your right-hand side? The AFN studio is right there on your right-hand side. You make the first right when you see water. You'll come in there, and we have the USO here with us this morning doing their Fresh Brewed Friday. They got free coffee and free accoutrements. What kind of stuff?
We got croissants.
Croissants.
Yeah, we got some bocadillo.
Bocadillo. Oh, yeah?
Yeah, yummy.
I have to go.
Again.
I have to go to the snack tray.
I sound so fat when I listen to people talk about food. Oh, bocadillo.
They are the breakfast bocadillo. The
breakfast
chocolate
bocadillo.
bocadillo.
Chocolate.
That is breakfast. What?
Yeah, right?
You guys went through a lot of work to make it to limit people's options. And
yeah. We shut down an entire road. So if you're coming from
T-Bone
Puerto,
was out there with a shovel all night last night.
if you're coming from Puerto and you normally make the first left and you cut through the Spanish thing, no problem. But if you go all the way up to the second traffic light and make that left, that's a huge problem for you because you can't get in that way. So remember, you're going to have to come in the Puerto side road to get to Pier 1 this morning. Tell your friends, I got some dings going on. This is not a surprise. There's a bus stuck there already. Got a lot of dings going on. We're dinging.
He was surprised.
Leave a little extra early because it's foggy. Leave a little extra early to stop by the studio. Get yourself some free coffee. We're looking for voice actors this morning.
Oh.
We're going to bring you into the studio while we're live, and we're going to get your voice and capture your voice saying a couple of things that are going to be used in future public service announcements. We'll say, words like super and bowl. We'll find ways to put them in. Because that's happening.
A bowl of chips.
Has Groundhog's Day?
I had some
super
really
bowl of chips?
super salsa. It was in a bowl.
Has Groundhog's Day been trademarked yet? Are we still allowed to say that, or is that now a prohibition of speech? I hate the government. I work for the government. I love the government.
I don't even know who I am anymore.
All right, so we're playing music, but we're giving you, remember, the most important thing you need to know right now, detour, cannot make that right or left. You can't make the Rhoda side entrance to Pier 1. And stop by the studio. USO's here. Free coffee, free snacks. It's a good time. It's T-Bone and Chick Brew in the morning.
I still love it.
It's just the ending.
It doesn't matter.
Like, that's a great beat. It worked wonders years ago. Why not use that through the whole song?
Let's just use it all the time.
Yes,
everything.
that and Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish.
Probably can't say that. Probably trademarked.
You love
having an issue with this morning.
You are in a deep struggle.
So good morning.
You are like an angsty teenage girl just trapped in a full-grown man's body today. That's your mood. Just embrace
I
it.
don't even know how to respond to that.
That is exactly what 17-year-old me would say to that. I don't even know what you want from me right
So
now.
I'm not just a 17-year-old. I'm 17-year-old you.
You remind me of just just some stuff I would say.
Here's your future. It's T-Bone Chick Brew in the morning with your traffic safety briefing update emergency detour information. We haven't found an acronym for that yet, but bottom line is
Things are happening.
There's stuff you need to be aware of. Aside from the normal don't run over anybody that's not wearing reflective gear, aside from, there is a morning layer of fog out there right around the golf course that is thick. Aside from those two things, there's also just a random detour in the middle of your morning commute. It completely changes everything, how long it's going to take you to get to work and the route you take to work. The normal way you go to Pier 1 if you're coming from Rhoda, or the abnormal way you go if you're coming from Puerto, is shut down. Towaway Road, as you know it, is the one that takes you from the pier all the way up to the airfield. It's shut down. You can't get there from here, as they used to say, or they probably still do in Maine. So what you need to do is, if you're coming from Rhoda, you take the second traffic light. Take a right at the second traffic light. If you're coming from Puerto, take the left at the first traffic light and take that road to the pier area. That's the only way you're going to get there right now. The road is shut down. So
take a picture of the bus and please send it to me.
If anyone can please take a picture of the bus that is stuck trying to go around the detour, please send that to us, just for our entertainment value. I didn't think about it when I was there. I was like, maybe he's there. Then I realized he's stuck. The USO is here with us in the studio this morning. They have got coffee and assorted sundries to include chocolate bocadillos and croissants. You don't have to go anywhere for your breakfast and coffee this morning. You come down to the parking lot of the AFN studio, and the USO will provide you with that stuff. It's free. It costs nothing. It's Fresh Brew Friday, brought to you by the USO. What is it?
Well, since they probably did not leave early because they're listening to us in their car, they're going to be running late when they hit that detour. Do not worry. Do not stop anywhere else. Just come straight here.
Yeah. There's no line. It's free. Did I mention it's free? And it's brought to you by the USO. So that's what we've got going on this morning. You'll see you don't have to come in. You don't have to do anything. There's no sign up. You don't have to listen to any seminars.
Don't have to leave an email.
High-pitched sales. None of that. You don't have to do any of that. You just stop in, say good morning, get a cup of coffee, get something to eat, and disappear into the darkness of the fog. It's T-Bone at Chick Brew in the morning, and that's the biggest thing that we're going to be pushing all morning is the USO's here, and there's a detour that you need to be aware of.
I just noticed your face looks better.
It's a lot of work. We have to race from the area where our USO is stationed now. Their coffee
is good.
2 big things of coffee, both of them appropriately labeled coffee, a bunch of snacks and sundries that I can't wait to try. It's the USO providing Fresh Brew Friday for you. All you got to do is stop by. That's all you got to do. It costs nothing. It's free. Come out, say hi to our lovely volunteer, Deanna, who hooked us up with some great USO swag. Look at that. Hold on. Let me get a good sip here.
It's a quality. This is quality. She's the only person that loves us.
We have had one visitor so far. Heather, thank you for coming. Apparently a fan of the show that doesn't know how to join the fan page. And if you don't know how to join the fan page, it's real simple. Just get on the Facebooks there and do a search for the hashtag LUNSB. There you'll come across the T-Bone and Chick Brew Cavalcade, which is a fancy word for fan page. You click on that and you join the group, and you get offline content of me saying crazy things maybe throughout the week, not necessarily just on a Friday morning. And remember...
And once a month, I say something in response.
Right?
Yeah.
And being a member of the fan page allows you into the competition for Listener of the Day. Currently, the position held by Mike Stanley in Okinawa, Japan.
But is he here? Did he show up? So I think it's Heather right now. Heather's going for the win.
He's already asked for a delivery to Okinawa. He's a member of the fan page, which is a requirement to be a Listener of the Day.
Did he fight the detour today? Because,
I know she's your friend, and you're trying to until she joins the fan page.
Well,
she's insignificant to me.
Heather, join the fan page. Gosh. Listener of the day.
So, tell us about your Pier 1 experience. We're looking to hear that. You could tell us that on the fan page. You can call us in the studio, 727-1025. Although, because Deanna's all alone out there by herself in the parking lot, we might not be near the phone. So what we're doing here is we don't want her to be alone because she's doing some great stuff for us. We're coming in, we're sharing news, weather, and information with you, and then we're running outside and hanging out with Deanna until somebody else shows up to take our position, or until the song runs out, and then we race back into the studio.
Which is dangerous when you have a cup of coffee in your hand.
Yes, we should have gotten coffee cups with tops.
I don't know. I really like this one.
Nothing like ceramic on your lips first thing in the morning. Well, there's a lot of things like ceramic.
I'm done.
What? Porcelain, I imagine. Tin. What?
What are you drinking from in the morning? Your toilet?
They make cups out of pewter and tin and porcelain and ceramic.
Pewter, sir.
Plastic.
Possible. Yeah.
So that's what we got going on this morning, and schedule's down, so if there's any music you want to hear, the best way to suggest the music you'd like to hear on the radio is to join the fan page and tell us there. And again, we don't take your recommendations, we don't take your requests, but we do like suggestions.
We're suggestionable.
Yes, it's Groundhog's Day weekend, so you're going to hear the same stuff over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
Just give me three more.
Kick the button over.
They just don't make them like they used to.
They do not. I'm going to say we're horrible people, and this is why I'm saying that. We had just talked about how we were going to run back and forth between the USO free coffee and snack station set up here in the studio and run back in here to do play music and talk to you. But then we decided to try some of the sundries provided, the assorted accoutrements, if you will. Accoutrements, yes. Accoutrements. And these things are delicious. So
breakfast cake.
We kind of just ate through that whole song.
I would say that song break for us would fall into the list of the fattest thing I said today scenario. Except for there wasn't much talking. It was
that is
breakfast cake. That's genius.
That is really good. One of the other things that we had mentioned through one of the very
You ate too fast.
I did. I'm getting ready to do the hiccup thing. We talked through the various social media pages out there. Of course your kids are allowed to come down to the studio and I don't know, if you're a parent and you want to have your kid have coffee, I don't care. Have some coffee.
Or some breakfast cake.
Or some breakfast cake, which is
You're about
amazing.
to send them to school, so it's about to be hashtag not my problem.
And if you come down to the studio and you've got a couple of seconds, we'd love to bring you in, and we want to get some voiceover work done with you. We want to get you on the air. We want to say a couple of lines. We got some new PSAs we're thinking about doing because we know you're tired of hearing the same ones that we've been doing for years and years and years. I've got some lines written down, and I need children voice actors would be great. Otherwise, I have to take adult voices and change the frequency on them so that they sound like children. And it's never really authentic
just sounds
enough.
Terrifying.
Than a little, child saying something innocent that gets a message across. Don't worry about how we make the sausage. Just come and eat it. That's what I'm saying.
What are you? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Rhoda. I was reading something. I wasn't monitoring.
Here's your double morning reminder on this Groundhog's Day weekend. The road to Pier 1 is closed. The normal road most of you take to Pier 1 is closed. That's the Towaway Road entrance to Pier 1. It is closed. You have to go past the first traffic light and down to the second traffic light to make your right. When you follow that road around, it's a nice little curvy road to the Spanish side. When you see water, the first right-hand turn you can make will actually bring you right here to the studio. So don't go where you normally go for breakfast and coffee. Take the detour, plan early. There's fog out there. Make the right-hand turn. Come on into the studio. We don't require anything of you to have some free coffee and free breakfast provided by your wonderful volunteers at the USO. The USO does amazing stuff all around the world, and if you've ever enjoyed some of USO facilities, now's a great time to say thank you to them while they say thank you to us. So it's a mutually beneficial relationship. Active duty military and retired and dependents in the USO. It's a win-win all the way around. Come on down and see us.
Coffee is delicious.
Coffee is delicious, but that daggone cake thingy.
I have one left.
I have half of one left. So we're going to be
No wonder you got
sampling.
the hiccups.
We're going to be. I have half less than you. I mean, we're going to be sampling more of the accoutrement this morning. Please join us. It's T-Bone and Chick Brew in the morning.
I lied. I got excited.
I saw that. Like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in forever.
That's exactly what happened.
If all you have to do is go down to the ship. She's there every day.
Well,
So
I won't do that. I love you, but
if you suggested a George Strait song, then by all means, give us a couple of names, because apparently there's a bunch of those in our library, even though we never play them. And we'd like to play something, but we don't really know what's a good one. So
I see like two that I know.
Oh, well, then play one of those. Because he's going to be here any minute. He's on his way here right now.
Okay, well, I'll play one next.
Okay, so we got that going for us. Is that fresh USO coffee you got there?
is.
Look at that, with the cup and everything.
Talk into the microphone. Everyone misses your voice.
If you show up early.
They don't miss me. I just wanted to say thank you for saying the road was closed because I didn't know that this morning.
Speaking of the road closure, we want to thank Naval Station Security. They are now out there directing traffic. So that should help.
To be fair, like no one wanted to be here at 6 o'clock this morning but us.
Right. So, I own a little bit of it, because there was signs clearly blocking the road that said detour ahead. But when you go around those signs, you expect there to be a detour, not a complete road closure and a bus stuck in the dirt. So
When
is the
you
bus still
ignore-
stuck?
I didn't see the bus.
Yeah, if you rely on the free bus shuttle for your transportation, today would be a great day to join Rotor Rideshare. Because I don't think the bus is operational right now. Unless they put another one in service, the other one is still stuck in the sand.
So
Oh, well, those are great days, aren't they?
when you avoided all of the road signage to go around the detour.
I avoided two signs that said detour ahead. I went around them
yep,
because
yep.
there was a detour ahead, so it said.
Allegedly.
And then when I went forward, there's actually another sign on the completely closed road says detour ahead. I'm like, one of these signs is lying to me. So if you don't know what we're talking about and you work in the Pier area, let's go ahead and remind you, when you come to work this morning, give yourself a little extra time. Not only is there fog out there, not only are there people out there without their reflective gear, but there is a road closure that will significantly impact your travel time. The Towaway Gate Road leading to the piers is completely shut down. Completely shut down. Do not take the right at the first try. Well, it doesn't matter anymore. Now, security's out there. They're doing a great job. They're directing you on where to go. Just remember, when you take the detour and you travel through the Spanish side of the base that you've probably never been to before, or maybe you go through
Drive
all the
slowly,
time.
because there's lots of walking.
Drive slowly, but when you see the water, the first building on your right is AFN. And if you make that right-hand turn and you pull into our gate, you know what we got? We got free coffee. How is the free coffee?
Delicious.
And free breakfast cake.
They got free breakfast cakes, which we're sampling. We're on like our 9th one now. There's a variety of croissants and breads and other words. I don't know.
Fun.
There's a bunch of pan. There's a bunch of stuff out there.
That's like my third Spanish word.
And once again, that is thanks to the wonderful volunteers at the USO. The USO does wonderful things across the country, across the world for service members and their family. And today they're doing something special for you. They knew there would be a detour. They knew that you'd be running low on time. And they knew some free coffee and some free accoutrements would be
Snacky wax also works.
would be wonderful to have. So now we're going to play some music by suggestion from someone on the fan page. If you don't know where the fan page is, search Facebook hashtag LUNSB. That's LUNSB. It's T-Bone.
And Chick Brew in the morning.
Yes!
That's such a touching song.
Yes, and it was so good to have a visitor. I mean,
I know.
Does he know we're here every Friday and he can stop by anytime?
But he actually has like one of those real Navy jobs.
Whatever, man. I mean, he's been back for like 2 years.
This is the second time I've seen him.
And the only time I seen him before was when I went to the ship for somebody's pinning.
Whoa, you've been down there? You done stuff?
Yeah, I do stuff. I'm not afraid to go aboard a ship. I know the procedure. Plus,
I don't.
plus, the smell of a ship is something that will never leave you.
It also smells like a welding lab.
Your olfactory senses have a better memory than anything. I can still recognize certain perfumes and colognes, and the smell of JP5 will permeate my nostrils for centuries to come. Good morning. It is a traffic emergency broadcast for you. Boop, boop.
This is not a test. This is not a test.
It's a Friday morning, and there's a bit of a calamity out there, whereas you normally have a very smooth transit to and fro today with a certain road closure. By the way, the CBs of NMCB 11 are getting ready to leave us, but, by the way, I can't say NMCB anymore. That's probably trademarked. Anyway,
Slow down.
They have done a great job on continuing the lighting project on Towaway Road. So even though this road is closed, the lights that are on are super bright, and it probably has nothing to do with them. But I love saying hello to CBs. It's one of my favorite things to do. We got another battalion that's coming in. I don't even know who's coming. It probably rhymes with 11. Or not. Or it's got a bunch of ones in it. It could be, or threes. I don't know anymore. I've lost track of the rotation. It's Friday morning. It's T-Bone and Chick Brew in the morning. Again, for those of you who don't know, archive shows are available at iTunes. Yeah.
Can you say that?
Because of because of Grover, who I don't know if he knows he's being called Grover anymore. Because of Grover, we have he posed this question: are you guys available on Spotify? And I didn't even know what Spotify was. So after some experimentation and some money and some work, I finally found a way to get us on Spotify, to get us on Google Podcasts, to get us on iTunes.
I don't think you say any of those things.
Huh?
I don't think you say any of those things.
Now, anytime you miss a show, you can or you want to hear some of the old shows, because we say stuff. Sometimes it's entertaining. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes I get in trouble. You want to know what got us in trouble? Look at an old episode. The archives are available by searching T-Bone and Chick Brew podcast right there in any of your favorite search engines. And we are actually going to pop up. If you don't know how much work that took, then you don't appreciate what I do for you, because it's not just compiling all the information, putting it together, equalizing the sounds. It's, again, self-taught. Everything I do has been self-taught, to include my
for a second, you're going to say, everything I do it for you.
Self-taught, no lessons. Thank you very much, Pop. And even Super Bowl commercial, that was...
You can't say that.
It's my commercial. How can I not say my commercial?
Because you can't.
Yes. The... shoot.
The football thing with the stuff. That's how you say it.
The
sports McSportersons.
So yeah, we're both.
Yeah, we're fine in here.
Yeah,
it's in your head.
Okay, I don't mind it being in my head, but every time there's a P, we're both kicking it. Yeah.
No, even when I did that,
so we're gonna play some music, and then we're gonna go back outside and hang. Oh no,
we got AP Radio.
We got the top of the hour news. The news will not be telling you about the detour. Pay attention, slow down, leave early. And pay attention to the security forces out there directing you around a significant detour in your normal morning commute. We're going to go play the news. We're going to play some music. We're going to go back outside and hang out with our USO friends who are providing free coffee and snacks right here in the USO, in the AFN parking lot. You are personally invited to come on down and get some.
You can't say that.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Stop it.
The actor's name is also. So, good morning out there. Surprisingly enough, all of the traffic going to the pier area has to pass us while we're standing outside with the USO, who's giving away free sundries and coffee. Free. Absolutely free. No donation, no sitting through a seminar. None of that is required. Don't have to sign up. Just stop in, say hello to Deanna and the USO people, if there's more. Right now, there's just USO and AFN. And Lee, one of our favorite listeners, he stopped by for a nice cup of coffee this morning, showing off his bike. Refused to put the AFN bumper sticker on the Indian motorcycle. Strange.
Gosh, I can't
Strange
imagine,
man.
Can't imagine why.
Maybe you would like a AFN The Eagle bumper sticker, because we can't give these things away. But should you show up,
gorgeous. They're
and request
red,
one,
white, blue,
we'll
and
give
a
it to you.
hint
We'll
of
sign
gold.
it, because nothing could decrease the value of it at all.
I don't know if we can sign it.
We can't?
I think it might be copyrighted.
You're killing me with this.
You can't modify the...
So I was really hoping that somebody, in some of the comments that were made, they were actually going to get some small children to come down and have some coffee and breakfast with us, so we could get them in the studio and I could get children voices for a future PSA.
For like Halloween or something?
No. I was just going to do some of our, Rotor Ride Share standard safety brief kind of stuff.
If you see something, say something.
Exactly. Of course we could do that. I could do, what was it, not Tommy voice, that voice, I can do that.
Do the rest of the show like that.
No, I don't think I can do the rest of the show like that. It's very hard on the voice.
We can't say what that is because it's probably copyrighted.
Of course, everything everything we say is now copyrighted. There we go. The rest of the show will be done via pantomime. Enjoy.
And sound effects.
So I don't have any voice actors, but I'm going to base that on the road. I'd like to base it on the road closure, but the only way to the pier area goes right by us, and as we look out our window or as we stand outside, there's only a couple of cars going by, so I don't know where everyone's going. Are you just going up to the roadblock or the detour and saying, well... That's it.
I quit for today.
I'm teleworking today.
Good for you.
Speaking of teleworking, the President of the United States has decided to crack down on teleworkers. Yes, because they're, for the 5 years, 6 years, this program has been going on, the teleworking for federal government employees. They haven't found a single study to prove that it increases productivity. Actually, they found several studies to say it makes things worse. And me, as a potential teleworker, I can tell you it would make it worse. It would. Imagine doing this job as a teleworker. Like, just, I've got the equipment at the house, you got the equipment at your house, and we don't even have to see each other. And
oh my God, it sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Just in my pajamas, which is not too far off from what I'm wearing currently, but
Right?
not being judged for it as I come through base by the security guards.
Not have to
look,
worry
she's
about
in her
detours.
pajamas again. Oh,
I
don't know.
Look,
I don't know.
Here's what I'm going to say. I'm a good adult. I've done the right decisions. I've made good choices. I do not have to work. I don't. I choose to work because it gives me not necessarily purpose, but it gives me a routine. And I firmly believe without this structure in my life, it would be bad for me. I need structure. I've had structure all my adult life, and I need to continue having a structure, a place where I have to go, where I have to be present.
I don't know.
And if you tell
I don't
me
like people.
3 days a week, I don't even have to put on clothes, and I could be, and I'm using air quotes,
I would be typing
work.
so fast, making sure I was working so hard. Oh gosh. Yeah, no, I would probably be more productive.
So slow it down. There's fog. There's people with non-reflective gear, and there's a huge detour that may or may not affect your work today. Give us a call in the studio, 727-1025 or 956-82-1025. Come on down to the radio station for free coffee and food provided by your local wonderful people at the USO. It's T-Bone and Chick Brew in the morning.
Ah, that was a good one.
Well, your 9 seconds went a lot faster than I thought your 9 seconds was going to go. Yeah, we don't have flying lizards.
That sounds like a scary personal problem.
It sounds like a comedy bit from another comedian, and it's not. It's who was that? That was. Don't remember, but it's not flying lizards.
Probably couldn't say it in English.
I can, but I won't because I like my job. I'm getting blown up over here.
You're very busy today.
Yeah, and it's from, usually from Mr. Stanley there in Okinawa, Japan, one of our most devoted listeners, a repeat winner of Listener of the Day. However, I have a picture that's going to...
Uh-oh.
I think we've already determined who the Listener of the Day is. And it's not Mr. Stanley. So comment all you want. Be sure, if you want to vote, go to the fan page. You can vote there for the Listener of the Day. There really is no competition. You have to be a member of the fan page, and you have to show up for free coffee. That's a requirement if you want to be Listener of the Day. We're giving accolades to those that actually show up. So far, we had Lee and Heather and Dan and Zach.
Zach attack.
So, yeah, that was more than I expected.
Yeah, that's actually 3 more people than came last time, because last time it was just Dave.
And
good old Dave.
No, it was someone else other than just Dave.
I think it was just Dave.
Well, John was here.
John was here, yes.
Why didn't John come out today? That'd be fun.
Because he retired. He's living his best life.
Oh, bless his heart.
Good for him.
So we've told you, and it's Groundhog's Day weekend. I absolutely love Groundhog's Day. It's my favorite holiday of the year. And the reason why, do you remember why Groundhog's Day is my favorite day of the year?
Why don't you just keep telling me over and over and over just to keep in the tradition?
Why not? It works. But the great part about it is there are no traditions. There are no cards.
Telling me about it.
Oh, really?
It's part of our tradition.
It's all about, well, then I'm not doing it. That tradition is broken. It exists no more.
No, that's now part of our tradition.
No, that's
You
not a tradition.
proclaiming-
Done. I'm done. I now hate Groundhog's Day. You have turned me off of my favorite holiday forever with your sanctimonious sanctimonium.
You're welcome.
I don't know what word goes with sanctimonious. I'm sure there's a word that's supposed to go with sanctimonious.
And that was the last time we ever heard about Groundhog's Day from T-Bone.
Yep. Done with you.
Now what are we going to talk about?
Don't know. I'm not talking about the flying lizards, but we're going to talk about how my face looks.
It
Thanks
looks
for
great.
that.
It
yeah.
looks great.
You mentioned that. Barbie noticed it in the pictures that we posted. The
I've seen a lot of pictures on Q&A.
processionary caterpillar sting to my upper eyebrow is slowly fading. I use a lot of Aquaphor. Yeah, Aquaphor is a great product to put on. It's
You can't say that.
I use a lot of water-based Vaseline. I don't
Stop it. You're done. All right, we're just going to play some
just
more
a
music.
lubricant, a water-based petroleum lubricant thing on the skin, abrasion, moistness, and
T-Bone got an owie. He fixed it with
healing.
medicine. It looks much better now. He used too many words.
It's T-Bone and Chick Brew in the morning, and we're having a Fresh Brew Friday with our friends at the USO. Stop by the studio, get your free coffee, get your free breakfast.
Too much time for coffee. Not enough time for coffee, I guess, really. T-Bone.
We're sorry.
T-Bone's sorry.
We're sorry.
I'm not sorry. That was a good coffee break.
We're out of breath. Here's how we avoid bad radio. Here's how we avoid.
I even set a timer on my watch.
Here's how we
I
avoid
obviously
dead
can't
air.
count.
Come down and help us. We
That's
can't
too much
entertain
time.
the USO by ourselves and do this at the same time. We don't want to not be out there with them because that's rude. That's not a good way to treat your guest. But then again, we don't want dead air.
I also don't want to exercise, so we need to not do that again.
I've got my steps in already, and it's not even 7 o'clock yet. Wait, it is 7 o'clock.
It's
Oh my
7:25.
goodness.
We're well on our way.
I cannot believe it is that late. So there's still plenty of time. Trying to catch up. All right. Yes, nothing insane about that. Plus, running with a brand new, wonderful coffee cup provided by the USO doesn't have a top on it, so you have to
be a
run,
little
but at the same time, you have to use all of your shock absorbers to ensure that you're not spilling the wonderful juices all over the surfaces. Juices and services. So, in case you haven't kind of picked up on this, we've gotten some guidance about things that we're not allowed to say. So here's where we go with the biggest thing to happen in the world this weekend. It's, I almost said the thing I said I was no longer going to say. I'm not going to do that.
Talking about Groundhog Day?
Not doing it.
Talking about Satani Phil.
When you go to school and you play sports, your goal in life is to make it to the premier league for whatever sport that would be. Mine happened to be football. My dream, my goal in life would have been to make it to the premier league and then make it to the premier game in that league, which we are prohibited from calling by its common name that starts with the word super and ends with the word bowl. I did not say them together.
I didn't say anything.
We are not allowed to say the names of the two teams participating in the premier game
Team
of
A
the Premier League.
And Team B?
I can tell you that
Of the
one of them
Sports
is from
Bowl.
Kansas City, and they are a rank in the United States Navy and a nickname for a rank in the Air Force and Army. I can tell you that. I can tell you the other team is from Silicon Valley out there in San Francisco, and they're named for a bunch of people who tried to find gold back in the olden days.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. That's
Ah,
what a
look at
49er
that.
was.
So sporty.
Yeah, but
So
for
sporty.
some reason, the big AFN in the sky is determined that using any of these words together is prohibited because of copyright infringement, which is, well, I'm going to say it, the dumbest thing I've ever heard. We want to tell you in words that you understand without all of the mystery, enigma, and mystique that this weekend at La Plaza, I believe they're doing it at La Plaza.
Oh,
I
yeah,
know there
always.
was a talk about doing it at the drive-in theater because the Army-Navy game was such a big success there. They had a great time, but I believe it's going to be at La Plaza. There's
It's a
going to
little
be
colder now, yeah?
It's probably in the Vamos magazine using the words we're prohibited from
right
using.
Here, this thing right here.
So it's the big game.
Oh yeah, well it's right here.
I believe
There's
kickoff.
one use.
That's flag football.
Yep, but right above it.
Oh, look at that. The words are right there.
Yeah. Printed. Nonetheless. It is what it is.
So here it is. It's a Sunday night. The pregame begins like 24 hours early. Kickoff is going to be Monday morning, 12:30 our time. Kickoff is probably a word I can't use.
Just sleep instead. Everything's fine.
It's the premier game. It is the 54th iteration. Here's a funny thing. The people in Suda Bay were concentrating on not using any of the words that they're not allowed to use so much that they got the year wrong. They said it was the 53rd year, and they said it started in 1967 when it actually started in 1966. They did a bad Google search for this game.
I don't understand anything that's happening. I don't like football.
I love football, and I tell you why. Falling on February 1st. Well, this one technically isn't. It's the February 1st weekend. So 38 was Janet Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
The 42 was the Columbia incident. 43 was when the Pope fell ill for the last time. Pope John. There's always, and right now with the coronavirus out there, planet-wide health emergency is what the top of the hour news called it. A planet-wide health emergency. That seems significant, but right now everybody on Venus and Mars are like, cool, at least it's not affecting us. And then a woman in Detroit, I guess it was, the first human-to-human contract of the coronavirus. Personally, I thought everybody got the coronavirus from another human. But
no, they're just making scary news.
Yeah, she did it. She gave it to her husband, and the news at the top of the hour. Listen closely to the words. The newscaster says they were married, so they live close to one another. Well,
that was funny.
Unlike
Well
my
done.
marriage, where I'm married and live nowhere near where my spouse lives. When we come back, we're going to give you your weekend safety out brief. It's T-Bone and Chick Brew in the morning, and there's still free coffee and snacks and breakfast available at the studio. Stop on by. It has been a wonderful Friday morning.
Oh my gosh, how is it already 7:30?
Yeah, we've put out some critical information for those that are traveling to the base. Remember, Towaway Road is closed leading to the piers. You must follow the directions of your local security personnel and take the road around.
Obey,
which will bring you by the studio. Feel free to stop in. So we're getting ready to sign off. We're getting ready to close it up for the day. But we are going to hang out with Deanna and the USO, and we're going to drink some more coffee and eat some more of their snacks. You're welcome to do that leading up to about the 8 o'clock hour. But, I mean, honestly, if nobody else shows up, it's been pretty much, dead. So we're not going to, whatever. Thanks for chiming in now. Here we go with your weekend safety brief. Now, we've been talking about safety all morning. We really haven't talked about the crime prevention aspect, which is one of the things we like to highlight. Remember, this is bike weekend in Rhoda.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to have a bunch of visitors in town. And these bikers aren't like, stateside. This isn't the Hells Angels coming to Rhoda.
I don't think you can say that.
They are copyrighted. That is
I
so
know.
funny.
Yes. I read the book.
It is not like there's an outlaw motorcycle club, huh? Winky, winky.
Winky, winky.
Coming to Rhoda this weekend, but there are going to be a whole bunch of visitors in town, and a lot of them are living by sparse means. And as far as crimes of opportunity goes, if you're leaving a bunch of money sitting on the front seat of your car, the window's going to get broken. It's going to happen.
I was going to say you're wrong.
And it's probably going to happen whether the bikers are here or not. I'm just using the bikers as an excuse to remind you to lock up your stuff, and locking up your stuff in a car is not the place to lock up anything that you want to keep. That's what houses and safes and banks are for. That's your crime prevention. Now we're going to finish with your court-martial prevention on the anniversary of a pretty significant event. So we talk about don't drink and drive all the time. We talk about having a plan, and if you don't have a plan, you plan to fail. When you go out, remember, drinking is a team sport, and you should be doing it with friends. You should have a non-designated drinker, so when it comes time to make an important decision, you can rely on somebody not to be stupid drunk to do it. And sometimes those plans fail, and when those plans fail, there's a lot of bad things that happen. I mean, people die. It's a real thing. People die because people are drunk and they're driving. And Super Bowl Sunday is known for two things. It's known for DUIs and it's known for domestic violence. It's the #1 day for domestic violence in the United States because your loving wife, who you love and uphold, just doesn't understand that standing in between you and the television during an important play is a bad idea, and you lash out and it all goes bad. None of that needs to happen.
That escalated quickly.
Yeah, none of that needs to happen.
And this is why sports is bad.
So, specifically when it comes to the DUIs, if you've been in Rhoda for any period of time, or if you've listened to the urban legends, I'm going to tell you it's true. The thing that I'm thinking about right now is commonly referred to as the Monster Truck Jam. And once upon a time, it really did happen here, and it happened because someone had a plan, and the plan failed, and they decided to drive over a bunch of small little Spanish cars, and it's a horrible blemish on the rest of us here. We get grouped into that, so just remember. The easiest way to have avoided all of that and avoid the possibility or potential of killing yourself or somebody else, or just getting caught and going to captain's mass or a court-martial, is have a plan. Get yourself a personal breathalyzer and use it. Get on Rhoda Rideshare. If all else fails, reach out there. Use the Rive Alive program. Use a designated driver, or just call a cab. Life is so simple if you just have a plan and you stick to the plan. And if the plan fails, have a backup plan. That is your weekend safety brief. You send us a must report. We'll sign it that you attended. We're going to go outside and have fun with our USO volunteers. We're going to drink up more of their coffee in our free swag coffee cups that they gave us that are awesome. We're going to eat more of their swag food.
Breakfast cakes.
The breakfast cake was amazing. I'm trying a croissant next, a chocolate croissant.
A croissant.
A croissant with the accoutrement.
My little croissant.
As always, remember, you can search for this show and past shows
On the internet.
On the internet. What am I going to say? Something?
Don't say any of the things because they're all illegal to say.
Use your internet search engines to search for T-Bone and Chick Brew podcast, and you can find this show as soon as I upload it, and past shows, all for your entertainment and joy. This has been a great show, and we remind you, as we remind you every single week, remember, be the best person that you can be, and if you were a great person yesterday, be an even better person tomorrow.
And don't forget that you are loved.